Hey guys, this is Spartacus here and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to complete the Perks of the Job mission here in Modern Warfare's multiplayer. Of course, these mission challenges have different objectives you have to complete in order, and one of these objectives is actually you have to hack 15 pieces of enemy equipment, which can be a huge pain since when you do hacking equipment, you have to pull out like a tablet of some sort and then like press a button and then bam, you hacked it. So can take a little bit of time to actually hack enemy equipment in this game, and I'm going to be giving you guys the best tips on how to actually hack these equipment, right? Of course, you're not going to get this done in just like 3 games or anything like that. You kind of have to get a little lucky on the maps you're playing on, and hopefully enemies are actually using equipment and placing them all over the map and making sure you're able to actually hack it. So we're actually going to be going through all the objectives here in this video and giving you kind of some tips of how you can complete these objectives faster. So if we start with the first objective here, it says using Scavenger, resupply ammo from enemies 60 times. This is pretty simple. Just have your Scavenger on your created class. Of course, if you forget in the main menu, you can always edit your class in the middle of the match, and then the next time you respawn, you'll have Scavenger ready to go. So make sure you don't run a munitions box either, because you want to resupply ammo from dead enemies. So after you kill an enemy, just run over their dead body and try and find that Scavenger pack so it counts towards this objective, and you have to do this 60 times. So you could probably get like maybe 10 of these done in like one game. So at most maybe 60 games, or 6 games, not 60 games, but yeah, 6 games at most. It might take you actually to complete this one, but you'll get it done pretty easily. The next one is using shrapnel, get 35 kills with lethal equipment. This one might take you a little bit longer. You have to make sure you have the shrapnel perk on, right? Because all these objectives are based on perks in the game. So make sure when you have shrapnel on, you actually have some sort of equipment that is easy to use. So I usually use like C4 or maybe a frag grenade of some sort. C4 is pretty easy. You can just throw it over a wall or something, like if you're playing on like shoot house or maybe even on shipment, and maybe you'll get like a double kill or something like that. So yeah, just make sure you get kills with equipment. I don't really recommend claymores or proximity mines. I recommend like using some sort of equipment that you can like throw, or even a throwing knife. A throwing knife could count for this as well. So hopefully you guys can be able to complete that pretty simply. I mean, it's pretty simple like with the challenges. It just might take you a few games. And then the next challenge is using ghosts to get 75 kills. Now, you do not have to actually get kills while an enemy UAV is active, which is good. So if you have ghost on your class, all you need is 75 kills. This could probably take you at most maybe 3 games, assuming you get more than like 20 kills or something like that. But make sure you're playing on like a shoot house 24/7 playlist like that, or even on shipment for that matter. So this will be pretty easy. All you need is 75 kills while you have the ghost perk. And then the next one, which is going to be the hardest and to be probably the more in-depth part of the video on how to actually complete this objective, is using EOD, hack 15 pieces of equipment. So obviously you're going to need EOD, and my biggest recommendation is use EOD on all your classes. Like have EOD selected on all your classes. That way, if you want to use like a shotgun or a sniper at some point, you have EOD there, and if you come across equipment, you might be able to hack it. So that's my biggest tip to you guys. But another thing that will make this so much easier, if you go to your perk 3 category, use the spotter perk. The spotter perk allows you to see kill streaks and enemy equipment through walls and other material, and this could help you when you come across like a claymore or something like that. You might be able to actually flank behind that equipment and be able to hack it. So as far as I'm aware of, the only equipment that you can hack are claymores, proximity mines, and I also think you can hack trophy systems. That might still be there in the game. It could have been a glitch like in the past or something like that, but I am pretty sure you can hack enemy trophy systems. So if you're playing on headquarters, and trust me, a lot of people like to use trophy systems when they play headquarters, you might be able to get some hacks in there for like enemy trophy systems. So just to keep that in mind. So yeah, make sure you have that spotter perk. It makes it so much easier to actually hack the equipment. Now, when it comes to like hacking proximity mines, what I normally do is I lay prone and I slowly crawl up to the proximity mine until the button appears, the indicator appears showing that I can actually hack that equipment, and that's when I hack it. And shoot house is definitely probably the best map to play on, just because it's a smaller sized map and a lot of people do like to use proximity mines on that map. But shipment, however, is probably the worst map you could do it on, since It's super chaotic, the spawns are complete crap, and you're not going to be able to finish that animation when hacking a certain equipment, so make sure you try and get yourself into a shoot house playlist or a shoot house map in order to hack enemy equipment. Now, when it comes to claymores are a little bit tricky because they can only explode on one side, and people are very careful where they place these claymores because typically when you run across a claymore, you're usually in the lethal side of it, right? You're usually right in front of the claymore where it can kill you. So my biggest recommendation is that when you have EOD and spotter on your class, make sure you also have the tactical equipment of a stun grenade, because stun grenades actually stun the claymore itself. It will actually disable the claymore for like a couple seconds. So if you see a claymore facing you, there's no other way to get around that claymore, throw a stun grenade at it. Once it is stunned, go around that claymore while it's deactivated and then hack it. That will count towards this challenge, and that is a huge tip for you guys when trying to hack equipment here in Modern Warfare. Make sure you run that stun grenade, because a lot of people love to use claymores in this game, and you can actually disable them with a stun grenade without actually destroying the actual equipment itself, so you can still hack it. So that is my biggest tip to you guys. Use EOD, obviously, use spotter perk, and of course use the stun grenade. That will help you so much, you guys. And then of course we have the fifth objective, which is using Overkill, get 60 kills with your secondary weapon. So pretty simple. Overkill allows you to have your primary as your secondary. I usually run like a shotgun if I'm using Overkill or something like that. So I mean, you just need 60 kills, just always run your secondary, I suppose, when having Overkill on. Not too difficult. And then the sixth objective is use 30 field upgrades. Pretty simple. You'll get this done in probably like, I don't know, 5 games, something like that. And of course, I mean, it's any field upgrade, and I highly recommend, if you want to get this done as fast as possible, use a tactical insertion, munitions box, a shield, a deployable shield, something like that, because those field upgrades can actually charge a lot faster, and it allows you to actually use them a lot more in a single match. So use kind of those I suppose field upgrades if you want to get it done a lot quicker. Then the last objective, using kill chain, get 25 kills using kill streaks. This is a little bit harder, requires a little bit more skill. Obviously, if you have a chopper gunner, like a gunship of that sort, it's gonna be really easy, right? I mean, obviously you have to have the, I guess, kill chain perk on, but the thing is that kill chain allows you to earn streaks a lot easier, especially if you're only running lethal streaks. So obviously you're only going to want to run lethal streaks. Don't run a UAV, don't run a personal radar, maybe run a care package. I mean, that might help a little bit, but normally I don't get anything good out of care packages. So like a Wilson, a cruise missile, chopper gunner, a gunship if you're good enough to actually earn that. So those are probably your best streaks to earn, and or even a VTOL. A VTOL could be good as well. Those kind of lethal streaks are the best ones to use in order to get done with this last objective here, just because they can get you probably more than one kill. The cruise missile can possibly get you no kills at all, but usually, most of the time when you use a cruise missile, and it's only like a 5 kill streak to earn anyway, a cruise missile can at least guarantee you 1 kill at least, and that kill will actually count towards your next kill streak since you are using kill chain, and hopefully you can get like that Wilson or a chopper gunner or something like that in order to actually get a better kill streak to actually get done with this challenge a lot easier. And I found this to actually kind of be the easiest challenge or objective to complete when trying to get done with this mission. So anyway, that is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys found this video very useful, because I do want to kind of go through some of these missions here in Modern Warfare and break them down and try and give you guys the best tips as possible how you can actually complete them. There's only really a couple of them that I think are a little bit more difficult and tedious to actually complete, and of course those ones are the ones I'm kind of covering here on the channel. But for the most part, these missions aren't that hard and very self-explanatory. I mean, they all are pretty self-explanatory, but I'm just here to give you guys the best tips as possible when it comes to these mission challenges. So anyway, if you guys liked the video, make sure you do leave a like on this video, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more Modern Warfare videos in the future, and I shall catch you guys later.